Salut! On continue donc la suite sur Sérène et son monde légèrement très industriel. On va essayer de suivre quand même un petit peu les quêtes, parce que c'est pas vraiment ce que j'ai fait la dernière fois. Découvrir où se trouve Constantin. Ok, il n'y a pas plus de trucs. On va chercher Constantin. Il est où Kurt? Ah oui, c'est vrai, j'avais oublié. Cette nuit était un peu... Encore. Alors j'ai baissé un peu le son du jeu. Au pire, je l'augmenterai quand je ferai du montage, si on l'entend pas très bien. Parce que du coup, on m'entend pas très bien parler. Comme d'habitude, je cafouille un peu. Je fais pas du tout du bon côté comme d'hab. D'accord, entre des barils là. Hein, les noms de la famille Fontaine. Bonjour, je suis une fouilleuse.
It's blocked.
Ah, il y a même tôt. On rentre pas comme ça chez les gens quand même. Oh, il va y avoir une quête. Bon, allez, chercher un cousin. Je voulais voir si le graphisme était bien fait ou s'il allait traverser la porte. Ancien entrepôt. Excuse-moi, monsieur. Voilà, les gens sont pas bien par là. Tu vas bien? Ah, ok, je parlais. Ça me rappelle que je voulais augmenter les sous-titres.
If you had any idea who I am. Open up, imbeciles! I have a ship to catch!
That vulture of a tavern master was right. It is Constantine's voice. It's coming from the floor above.
Sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch it.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
On peut pas taper dans le tas? Parce que c'est une... Apparemment c'est une solution auquel vous pensez pas. Comment tu veux faire de discrétion, toi? Excuse-moi. Pour rentrer là-dedans. Non. Ok, on peut pas passer. Détruire, science niveau 1 et préparation alchimique.
It's not possible just now.
Oui, ben, je peux pas détruire.
It's blocked.
Ah. Prévenir l'ambassadeur de l'Alliance du pont de votre départ. Bah non, je peux pas, moi, il faut que je libère mon cousin. Libérer Constantin. Ah oui, c'est parce que j'avais 2 ambassadeurs à prévenir. Libérer Constantin. Ok, ça t'aide pas à te dire comment tu libères Constantin. T'as peut-être des idées à me soumettre, non? Alors, repère de malfrats, libérer Constantin, ou repère de malfrats, libérer Constantin. Ah oui, d'accord, et je peux passer de l'autre côté aussi. Alors, lorsque le joueur est en position de furtivité, bon, il y a la furtivité. À proximité d'ennemis, un indicateur de détection apparaîtra au-dessus de leur tête. Si votre présence est détectée, ça se remplira jusqu'à temps que vous soyez perçu comme dangereux. Ouais, ok. L'indicateur possède 2 états. Suspicieux ou détecté.
He needed to be taught a lesson, but it's better we grab some coin. With all those posters we posted, someone... To my house.
Ok, d'accord. Eh, comment il m'a vu? Il m'explique.
Things are about to get dicey.
Mais tu vas y arriver, cœur. Discrétion. Non, la discrétion n'existe pas pour moi. Foncer dans le tas, c'était pas mal. Pourquoi ils voulaient qu'on se faufile? Déjà, j'ai pas compris comment ils m'ont vu. Alors, soit ils m'ont vu moi, soit ils ont vu Kurt. Je trouve ça bizarre, en fait. J'étais bien caché, moi. Enfin, je crois. La porte. Je peux voir la porte. Ça, c'est grand. C'est un peu embêtant sa façon de se déplacer. D'accord, rien de plus. Clé de la cellule de Constantin. Il y a des pièces d'or partout.
Well, this has been monumentous, gentlemen, but I have more important things to attend to. An island to govern, treaties to sign, riches to expedite, and a demanding father to impress!
Constantine, it's me!
My fair cousin! Oh, my lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fires.
I do what I can. We are departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by your absence this morning.
Have you ever seen him happy about anything when it comes to me? You know what he thinks of me.
He cares about you. I know that. He appointed you governor, didn't he?
He is ridding himself of a source of constant disappointment. Enough said. Today we set sail for adventure.
Équipement de vos compagnons. Ok, donc on sélectionne Constantin.
If you only knew how these river scum treated me. Do me a
Tu fais quoi toi dans la vie, Constantin? Parce que...
Now that we stand boldly alongside the brave Kurt, let's give them their money's worth.
Ok, t'as un chapeau à la mode. Ok.
The brave Kurt and your cousin have already set.
Pieds, chemise. On va faire un truc un peu mieux quand même.
What a shame. I would have loved to have seen that. We've nothing left to do then than to board our ship. An adventure awaits us at the end of the street.
Ah, le vieux manteau de cuir, tiens. Il était peut-être pas mal pour moi aussi. Enfin, moi j'ai un truc super. On va dire avec ça. Bon, les tiennes sont bien. Niveau bottes, niveau main. T'as un truc où il te faut la constitution. Ok, et t'as pas de constitution. Ok. Une rapière oxydée. On est d'accord. Ok. Constantin, fils du puissant prince d'Orsay et de sa seconde épouse. Constantin est votre cousin. Vous le connaissez depuis votre plus tendre enfance et vous avez toujours été très proches. Méprisé par un père qui ne semble toujours regretter son premier fils décédé et utilisé par sa mère, vous êtes probablement le seul véritable ami et confident qu'il ait eu. Bien que très intelligent, son tempérament fantasque l'a presque toujours fait passer pour un garçon inconséquent, jusqu'au jour où son père a finalement décidé de le mettre à l'épreuve en le nommant gouverneur de la jeune colonie de congrégation sur Tierfreddy. Ça c'est le cardinal qu'on avait vu sur l'épisode précédent. C'est pas que j'ai pas envie de le lire, mais j'ai pas envie de le lire. Ok. Suivre, retrouver et rendre ses vêtements à Constantin. Prévenir l'ambassadeur, ouais. C'est où son truc? De quoi? Bah, j'ai déjà... Ça veut dire que j'ai pas tous tes vêtements? Il va faire relou, il va vouloir des... Vieux pourpoint brodé. Ouais, non, c'est fait ça. Ah, faut que je lui mette. Tu veux le vieux pourpoint brodé? Ouais, il est pas mal. Ok. Voilà. C'est ça que tu voulais? Bien, ça va. Ah, c'est chouette ça, je peux faire afficher un truc dans la boussole pour le suivre. Bon là évidemment c'est déjà en cours. C'est pas mal ça. Ouais, ça, je peux pas sauter, j'ai oublié. On peut sprinter un jour. Alors, faut que j'aille voir l'autre ambassadeur. Qui se trouve... Ok, continue comme ça, et on va par là. Ah oui, il a enquêté sur la disparition du Momus. Je savais pas être au marchand, j'étais sorti du truc et... Est-ce qu'on est plus proche? Oh, les kiff. Parce que soit on va enquêter sur le mousse. On va plutôt enquêter sur le mousse. Faut quitter cet endroit qui est pas très terrible.
Good day. Someone told me that you were a friend of Jonas, the young cabin boy who has gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Why? I haven't the faintest idea.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
Does he know anyone in Sérène?
No one, far as I know.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
Je comprends pas, elle a dit qu'il buvait pas trop, et puis maintenant il bu comme beaucoup. C'est qui, c'est Jonas ou c'est l'autre? Je comprends pas.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator, and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet.
Je pensais qu'il était plus.
If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
I need to be going. Farewell.
Ils ont vraiment un problème avec leur bouche. Alors moi les coffres, je suis content. Ah d'accord, derrière le... Ça m'a pas trop avancé sur comment trouver le mousse. Hein. Ah c'est l'euro.
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 death winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand. Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof, gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left. You get me?
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mess too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy.
Faut poser toutes tes questions.
Did Jonas seem troubled to you the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
Ok, il faut bien vraiment poser toutes tes questions. Okay.
I need to be going.
Strange story this is.
Something isn't right here. I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
Trouver le passeur, trouver un moyen de faire passer la cargaison. Ah oui, il y a encore cette histoire de cargaison. Voilà. Toi, c'est pour te dire au revoir. Moi, il faut que j'aille... C'est là où je suis. Trouver le passeur, trouver un moyen de faire passer.
Madam? Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tir Freddy. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage. Are you ready to leave?
Not quite. I still have a few errands to run for my uncle. And what about you?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
Demander de l'aide concernant les marchandises.
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel...
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates, after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Sérène leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Tir Freddy. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse, and noted on the manifest, will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurt. At least we tried.
The commander is gonna have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to doctor the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbour Master's office.
Elle dit ça comme ça devant lui, quoi.
Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. May I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
Tu veux pas prendre mes caisses? Alors excuse-moi. Ah, mais ça a peut-être un choix. Je me souviens plus pourquoi on doit trouver un passeur. C'est le capitaine en même temps.
A couple of heretics are planning on leaving Sérène. The ambassador of Ptolemy has entrusted me with the job of capturing them.
Happy to see that you trust me enough to seek my counsel in the affair. Just so happens that I heard someone talking about the couple. The Cardinal's men are far from discreet. They're making quite some ruckus, asking to search our warehouses. We of course refused entry. Only the Nords have access. I'm sorry, Your Excellency, but I'm certain your potential stowaways aren't far. But we won't allow you to make a search to grab them. Not officially, at least.
What do you mean?
That discretion and malice are often more useful than titles and words.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
Pardon, madame. Tu m'as déjà dérangé quand je faisais mes compétences l'autre jour. Comment va la capitainerie alors? Sérieux, il faut que je trafique. Il faut que je trafique le truc, quoi. C'est pas le truc le plus chouettissime du monde. Quand même beaucoup de blabla. Je peux pas sauter. Le fait de pas sauter, ça me dérange. Et ils ont un problème avec leur bouche quand ils parlent. Ils aiment bien montrer les dents. Écoute.
Do you have any idea how to get in there without being noticed?
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
Merci Kurt. Parce que je serais passé par la porte d'entrée, moi.
If you wore a Nort uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in, unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients. But it's doable.
Sérieusement du coup on va chercher l'autre. C'est quoi les notes? On dirait que c'est un peuple différent. Bonjour. Trouver, interroger les témoins, interroger le passeur. Préparer un breuvage avec du somnifère. Se débarrasser des gardes de l'entrepôt. Alors j'ai changé de tenue. Il a dit ça tout à l'heure. Est-ce que j'ai une tenue qui ferait... Ah, j'ai qu'avant de marin. Bonjour, j'ai changé de fringue devant vous, ça va?
I've seen a few...
Are you the smuggler?
You snuck yourself in here just to ask me that question? If this is some sort of trick to get me to admit to some crime, you are truly twisted.
You can see for yourself that I'm no Nort. Come now. Are you the one I'm looking for?
I'm already locked up. What more do I risk? Yes, I am a smuggler. But I'm not the only one in this city.
I'm searching for a couple fleeing Ptolemy. They are trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your two Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me, but you might want to be quick about it. If the Nauts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors? You're gonna open them, right?
Ok. Alors c'est à chaque fois il y a des petites lampes comme ça et j'ai l'impression que
Thank you, my lord. And don't worry about me. I'll slip outside without being seen.
ok. Hop. Ah mais mets-toi devant la porte. Ok. Oh, je rentre. Je sais pas pourquoi, mais je rentre. Il y a un mec dans l'entrepôt, je le vole des trucs qu'il y a autour, mais on me dit rien. Logique. Ah, c'est une chaise, je croyais que c'était une échelle. Ok. Il y a de la poussière dans cet entrepôt. Fallait que je fasse un truc à cet endroit-là, non? Ah non, c'est... Ah, ok. Ah, c'est plusieurs entrepôts, d'accord.
Hello? What can I do for you?
We're your replacements. You're dismissed.
Finally! We were starting to grow moss. Courage, me hearties. The path is clear. We should notify the men. They need all the time they can get.
Je dois prévenir les débardeurs. Excuse-moi, j'ai bugué sur le mot débardeur. J'ai pas de potion à faire du coup parce que... Oh, il y a un trou. C'est pas là, je te valide. Elle fait des grands pas. C'est chiant. Bonjour.
Who is there?
May the Illuminated save us. Did the smuggler send you? The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison. But reveal to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Thélème so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Sérène, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it will provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerned the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of Saint Matthias? The one who returned to Thélème after traveling with his master?
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of Théophrodie, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of Saint Matthias.
And? What did you find?
Théophrodie is without any doubt the land that our Saint Matthias and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected to find.
In the original text, St. Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden. of the paradise of the illuminated, he speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced St. Matthias to stay there.
It was written in black and white, and there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than a saint.
The sacred texts are always difficult to interpret, but what is written is written.
Ok, d'accord. J'ai pas tout compris, mais d'accord.
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could. Forget what you have discovered, perhaps?
Oh, we have signed already an abjugation stating that we misunderstood the sacred texts of St. Lucius. We were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text, or anything else that would have pleased them.
It served no purpose. It's our lives they are after.
Oh, j'ai compris.
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
That would be better than being burned at the stake.
I see. Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge in enemy territories.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them. Let us continue on this path.
Les deux bonhommes qui sont avec moi, ils ont intérêt de rien dire.
It doesn't sit well with me to send you to the flames. I freed your smuggler and he'll certainly be in touch. He or another member of his band. Be careful and safe travels.
Oh, thank you, my lady. You are a woman of noble heart. May the illuminated protect you.
Thank you for having heard us and helped. You are truly full of kindness.
Il y a peut-être des trucs à voler.
You have a kind heart, Greenblood. It'll be the end of you, but that doesn't bother me. I wouldn't have wanted those poor buggers to end up on a burning pyre.
It would seem that I'm not the only one with a tender heart.
Ok, il n'y a rien d'autre à piquer. Bonjour. Non, restez ici. Tu veux... Non, j'ai peut-être des trucs à faire. J'ai peut-être des trucs à voler encore aussi. Tu sais, genre la personne qui vole des trucs. Bon, ça me plaît de fouiller. Bon, après c'est vrai qu'il y a beaucoup de blabla. Il y a beaucoup de blabla. Mais bon, je pense que c'est l'intro qui est comme ça. Mais c'est vrai que c'est un peu... Enfin, voilà. Quand tu commences un jeu et que tu commences avec plein de blabla, c'est vrai que c'est pas forcément très facile. Je vais où, moi? Comme d'hab, où est-ce que je vais? J'ai encore un truc à faire là. Trafiquer le registre du navire. Apparemment, je ressemble à des marins, c'est tout ce que j'ai.
I've already been to the port authorities. They keep the official documents upstairs.
Avec la tenue, apparemment, ça aide. Et les bonhommes ont l'air de me rien dire. Même quand je fais du crochetage. Truc un peu logique. Bonjour, je crochette juste à côté de toi, mais t'as rien vu, hein? T'as rien vu. Il est où? C'est quoi cette grande capitaine? Qui est là?
Here is the ship's manifest. We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
Je suis pas très honnête hein, quand même, hein. On va pas être méchante, mais... Bon, j'ai plus qu'à aller voir l'ambassadeur en fait, est-ce que je comprends là. Bon. Je remettrai ma tenue pour aller voir le capitaine et prendre le bateau. Et l'ambassadeur aussi. Ce soir. Ok, donc j'ai plus rien par là. Informer les porteurs. Préparer un breuvage. Bah bon, mais je croyais que c'est bon. Informer l'ambassadeur de Télém. Alors je fais ça, je vais à l'ambassadeur. Et j'ai pas trouvé le news. On va par là.
Captain, milady, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
The way is clear. It's time to get going.
Do your best to be quick and quiet about it. You won't have much time to move it all.
Don't you be worrying now. We're off.
The warehouse is at the end to the right there. You can't miss it.
Move out. Quick steps.
Il est chouette. Je l'aime bien, Kurt. Je l'aime bien. Ah, d'accord, ok. De toute façon, c'est pas du tout parti dans le sujet. J'avais enregistré une route, mais c'était pas vraiment la bonne. Ah, c'est le fameux mec relou. Je me souviens. Bah avance. L'autre s'arrête en plein milieu du pont.
Good day, Excellency.
Lady de Sardet, to what do I owe the pleasure?
It pains me to inform you that the heretics you seek have fled.
Curse them! How could that possibly have happened?
Alas, these renegades have found protection with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. I would not have been able to capture them without risking a diplomatic incident that my uncle would have condemned.
The bridge. I thought as much. Those heretics have turned to them. But I had hoped that you might intervene quickly enough to stop them. It is truly regrettable. We have nothing else to do but pray that the Luminous might shield us from their lies.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sardet.
La réputation de Télém. Oh. Il y a du feu là. Je veux pas être méchante, mais ça brûle. L'alliance du pont.
Your Excellency.
Lady de Sardet, I have been told that you were named legate. Congratulations. Those are great responsibilities for someone as young as yourself. But you will bring honor upon your family and the congregation. Of that I'm certain.
I thank you, Excellency. I've come here to inform you of our departure for Tierfredi. My cousin Constantine is taking office as governor of New Sérène. and I'm accompanying him.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. What a shame. I had thought... Well, then, that is a pity. Have a pleasant voyage. A brilliant future awaits you. They say that it is a marvelous island.
You seem slightly hesitant. Please, tell me what troubles you.
A rather unscrupulous individual has been sowing trouble in Sérène. A charlatan passing himself off as an alchemist.
Do people actually give credence to these lies?
Alas, yes. They snatch up his celebrated panacea. Remedies worse than the ill, believe me. As you can well imagine, alchemists are our pride. This vulgar trickster casts dirt upon their reputation and our own at the same time. In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him. But here, we respect your laws.
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises. My departure is imminent.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased to see you have taken so well to your new functions of diplomacy. The man operates in the city center. He is said to be clever and mean. Be careful.
Okay.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lady de Sade.
Lady de Sade. Je peux pas monter l'escalier pour aller piquer des trucs en haut. Bon réflexe. Petite Sade. Là, il y en a piqué par là. Ah, ça fait déjà 1 heure. La vache, à force de courir un peu partout, c'est clair que c'est un peu long. Hop, ouais, je pense que je vais faire du montage. Je vais couper des trucs, genre les moments où je cours.
Welcome, it's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with?
Toujours, hein, parce que t'as... Oh, je m'y attendais pas. Anneau de magie divine. Ok. Déjà j'ai combien de sous? Ah, j'ai pas encore de ça, j'ai 298. Pistolet, regardez, il est beau. Il est beau, mais il me prend tout mon argent. Alors je me demande si je n'en trouverai pas un plus tard, hein, je pense. Je vais peut-être pas m'attarder à m'acheter des trucs. Résine, polypore. Pour l'instant, je sais pas vraiment ce que j'ai vraiment besoin. Tricorne, chapeau à la mode. Un cavan. Pourtant brodé de marquis. Ah, c'est des. J'en vois souvent des comme ça. Cavan de douanier. C'est cher, hein. Je peux peut-être vendre après. On a un bon coup de massue. Hein. Et je comprends pas l'histoire des étoiles. Style anneau. Ah oui, anneau, c'est pour faire de la magie. Ouais, j'aurais bien voulu tester la magie. Vendre. Attends, qu'est-ce que tu veux que je vende? Le chapeau de départ. Et je les vends à que dalle, 2. Zone de recherche, trouver le charlatan. Ah bah il est là.
Citizens, I present to you Panacea, the absolute cure of everything. Toothache, stomach ailment, and even an open wound. This potion heals all of that. And more still, this little phial is the product of years of research and intensive labor. I hear you asking if this remedy can heal one from the Malachor. Alas, not yet. But your question is legitimate. I am so close to finding the cure. But the Malachor isn't the only ailment causing you to suffer. Not true? Then don't miss out on this chance and give yourself a healthy and energized life. Rejoice! A phial only costs a few coins, and well worth it to make your life shiny and new again.
Does it really heal everything, your potion?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Except the Malachor, of course. That being said, it is known that those in top health resist the Malachor best of all. Then don't throw away this chance. Think of all the pains that this potion could help you avoid.
You are right. It's a deal. I'm gonna take 2.
There's a man that knows a good deal when he sees one. Hurry now. There won't be enough for everyone.
There he is. He's our man, no doubt.
His speech is well polished. I even feel like buying some.
And if we had a word with him, I wonder if he'll serve us the same routine.
Excuse-moi, mais un truc qui dit qu'il guérit tout, sauf le Malachor, bah ça guérit pas tout. Hein. Excuse-moi, hein, comment tu peux te faire avoir par ça? J'engueule mon personnage. Je vais remettre mon truc là, de bonne fortune. Voilà, elle paraît un peu plus... On me la fait pas, moi. Je vais d'abord regarder si t'as des trucs à voler dans le coin. Ok, faut que j'arrête d'essayer de voler des trucs. Et toi là, bon, on me le fait pas.
Ah, you're finally tempted.
In all honesty, I haven't made up my mind yet. I want to be certain that I'm not dealing with a charlatan.
In this day and age, I can't blame you. What might I do to convince you?
Essayer de soigner ce que j'ai sur le visage. Apparemment, elle a l'air d'avoir un truc.
Are there any nasty side effects with this remedy of yours?
There are none. You will feel nothing but an intense sense of well-being.
Ok, vas-y, fais une démonstration.
Will you drink one of your potions to prove your good faith?
Of course. I take a little sip every morning. But as I'm in perfect health, you won't be able to verify the improvement in my condition. But if it helps you make up your mind, give me just a moment. There now. As you see, I am still in excellent condition.
Come on now. I saw you take that vial out of your pocket. Nothing proves that it's the same potion that you sell to your clients.
As a man of science, I consider skepticism a remarkable quality. But in your case, it is not skepticism, but blindness.
We need to steal one of these potions and force him to drink it.
Brilliant idea, Kurt. Let's take a look at his cart.
À mon avis, il faudrait peut-être essayer de l'en donner au monsieur qui est par terre. Ah, je me souviens, je suis déjà allé par là. Merde, mince. Je l'ai lu trop rapidement. Remettre du charlatan. Bon, les corps ne disparaissent pas. Hein. Je veux pas être méchant, mais ça fait un peu bizarre. Quand même. Hop. Salut, j'ai trouvé une fiole, tu pourrais la boire?
Have you finally made up your mind?
I happen to have a vial of your medicine. Would you be willing to drink it in front of us? To prove that there is no risk?
This bullying is trying my patience. I'm beginning to suspect that you might be working for a rival.
You refuse to taste it?
You might have put something in it to cause me harm or further disgrace.
No, look. The vial is still sealed. It comes straight from your stock.
And you dare challenge me when you have just admitted to being a thief?
Come now. You can see for yourself that I am gladly returning your vial, so that you might drink it in front of witnesses. This might help to dissipate my doubts, as well as those of these brave folk.
Yes, no, you don't have the right.
Damnation. He got away. He can't have gone far.
Find him, before his head ends up on a spike.
Think back to the note that we found. We need to take a look at the tavern. He won't leave the city without his belongings.
Ils sont pas bien les gens.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
Ah, d'accord, c'est pour le mousse. Bon, vas-y.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients.
La fille, je fais une quête et je fais une autre quête après.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table.
I am looking for a Naut. A young cabin boy who has been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping? In my establishment? You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water. Anything else?
I need to be off.
Ok.
Farewell.
On t'a pas vu d'alchimiste chelou. Retrouver le charlatan, 24 minutes. Ah, il est au-dessus. Non, il est pas là. Non, c'est plus le même bâtiment.
You again? What are you doing in my room?
I'm not the only one that's found you. Have you seen the mob that's gathering in the street?
I'm neither deaf nor blind. By the spheres. Why didn't I leave the city while there was still time?
The Alliance ambassador is quite unsettled by your commerce, and he's the one who sent me.
Sahin. Him again. Ruining my career wasn't enough for him. He's the very reason I had to leave the Alliance. And here I am, playing the part of the potion maker. Me, who was once a respected member of the Academy of Al-Sad.
Bah, du coup, qu'est-ce suivant,
Are you not ashamed to have poisoned those poor souls?
These potions are not harmful. That is to say that they don't contain any harmful ingredients.
But you could just as easily produce real healing potions. So why don't you?
You don't understand. I fled, but I haven't put a stop to my own research. This potion is an attempt to create in those who drink it a resistance to the mana core.
So you manipulate people to use as experimental fodder? That is completely unethical.
I don't have a choice, but it does not harm them, I assure you.
If this potion were inoffensive, Then why wouldn't you drink it when I offered it to you?
I ran tests on myself for such a long time that I ended up becoming intolerant to it. A small sip of this mixture provokes in me now a violent reaction. I mean, the mob would have been furious in any case, but a normal dose, I assure you, is without risk.
Mais non, tu peux pas mentir sur un truc parce que tu sais jamais si les gens ils vont le prendre une fois ou s'ils vont en prendre plein. Donc non, faut pas mentir. Je suis obligé de poser toutes les questions, c'est cher.
That doesn't surprise me coming from him. I was a master alchemist. I understand if you don't believe me after all that, but I have a number of documents to prove it. I would still be one if Sérène hadn't set up a chain of machinations to disgrace me.
Why does Sérène bear you such hatred?
I was unfortunate enough to oppose certain great minds at the Academy, to criticize their methodology. I saw them inflicting torture on sick prisoners, making them drink the most vile poisons. To find a remedy to the malady they won't hesitate to kill. I could not keep my silence.
It is for an act of courage that you fell from grace and earned Sérène's hatred. Your methods don't seem so different than those of your colleagues.
I don't torture people. And this potion only has side effects in high doses.
Perhaps, but you are hurting innocents. I cannot let your commerce continue.
So, what are you going to do with me, my lady?
Je vais pas l'aider à quitter la ville. Enfin, techniquement, je l'exilerai de ma vie. Je veux dire, va faire ton truc par ailleurs, mais en même temps...
I'm sorry, but I don't trust you. I'm going to deliver you to Dr. Sérène.
My lady, I beg you to spare me.
I've heard enough. You are under arrest.
How unjust.
Ok, je l'arrête pas en fait. J'ai vu le truc qui brille, mais j'en ai marre de faire des allers-retours.
Your Excellency.
Lady de Sade.
I tracked down your man near the Coin Guard barracks.
Finally. Did you capture him?
Let's just say that I put an end to his activities. His reputation in Sérène is forever tarnished. Matters turned out a little more complicated than anticipated. He is hiding in a room in the Coin Guard Tavern.
Why didn't you have him arrested?
Angry citizens have gathered round the building. They have sworn to avenge themselves after discovering his fraud. I decided it better to avoid the mob. But if you wish to capture him alive, I advise you to hurry.
Governor Buren will be happy to learn that a legate with great assiduity will soon be joining the island of Tierfredi. Thank you for your help, Excellency, and allow me to offer you this modest present for your voyage.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lady de Sade.
Lady de Sade. Tu gagnes plus de j'ai gagné plus de réputation et j'ai gagné un truc en plus que j'ai pas vu ce que c'était. Prévenir le capitaine. Non, je suis pas prête. Il faut que je retrouve le mousse. Et je trouverai le mousse. Et après, on s'en ira. Parce que j'ai l'impression que lui, il a envie que je l'oublie. Ah, faut 2 points. Ah oui, il faut 2 points, c'est vrai. Oui, j'ai un truc pour poser les pieds, et au final, je les utilise pas. Tir fait plus de dégâts. Lame à une main. Bon, j'attends d'avoir 2 points pour pouvoir mettre le truc des anneaux. Donc, j'attends d'avoir 2 points et je mettrai le truc des anneaux. Hop. Alors, interroger les témoins. On peut pas se téléporter. Non mais j'aurais essayé.
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No, have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I'm here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him, if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
Okay.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried, and he must have been right to be nervous.
Bref. Oh, sérieux, encore une question.
Who was the rich
Tu vois, c'est
merchant?
cette question-là que j'aurais dû poser.
A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, my lady, you're in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine,
le fameux
that
Fontaine.
merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal, a stone's throw from the Theleme embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely
D'où
owned by his
pourquoi il y
love for
avait
the
une
game.
maison de fontaine?
You think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Alors, pourquoi il y a les entrepôts aussi? C'est bizarre ça. Ça veut dire qu'il faut que j'aille là. Déjà là. Voilà. Ouf, nous voici dans les fameux beaux quartiers. Hop. Je prends des coupures.
Might I help you, my lady?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
T'es puni? Tu dois regarder le mur. Ok. C'est un peu étrange cet endroit. Bonjour, est-ce que t'as des trucs à voler avant que je te cause? Apparemment non.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lady de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We are looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
Yeah. J'ai compris.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it is their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
Bah pourquoi il serait choqué?
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact... It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Nauts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Bah ils sont à l'entrepôt là. Non. On va se faire aussi une téléportation. Enfin vous, je vais pas vous téléporter. Oh j'ai essayé, il faut que je retourne là. Ok, bon bah je retourne là.
Madam,
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
we should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon.
Non,
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up, to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nauts, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Sérène. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Naut. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Attends, tu dis que t'es la seule famille, mais t'étais prêt à dire oh bah on part sur lui. Alors excuse-moi, mais je trouve que c'est quand même un peu bizarre. Ah, on va quand même essayer de trouver.
Anyone who's not a Naut?
Oh, ça,
How I would like my father to be implicated in this sordid business. Our old teacher must surely know what's going on here. Let's go talk to him.
Ça me rassure, faut pas aller trop loin.
Your Highness, I'm happy to see you. Your absence this morning worried both your father and me.
Come now, Sir de Corsillon. My father may have been angry, outraged, or disappointed, but he's never worried about me. I am sad to have caused you any worry, though. Would you believe that I was rotting away in a sinister jail, guarded by thugs ready to kill me? Though still seeing double from last night's drink, I was preparing an ingenious escape plan when... Ta-da! My fair cousin jumped up out of nowhere and saved me. I'm quite the fairy tale damsel in distress.
You might have refrained from the company of bandits the night before such an important departure.
Take away the risk and halve the pleasure, de Corsillon. It is the salt of life.
I fear that some of my teachings have been misunderstood. But you wanted to ask me something, de Sade?
Oui, j'ai l'impression que mon cousin n'a pas tout compris à la vie. Bon, bref.
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child, due to some contract with the Nauts.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nauts. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son in an agreement signed between my uncle and the Nauts?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Naughts as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
Oh, me dis pas qu'il faut que j'aille revoir la bonne femme. Moi, je vois un truc qui brille, j'y vais. Hop. J'aimerais que vous prépariez plusieurs repas et les ameniez aux entrepôts. Bah, bien sûr, parce qu'il y a son fils qui est là-bas, c'est bon.
This document mentions another property, a warehouse.
Allez, vas-y.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek?
Ah, la quête de l'enfer, quoi.
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
Oui, pardon, faut que je passe un niveau pour avoir un nouveau point.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
Mais arrête de vouloir être discrète, tu sais très bien que tu peux pas. Déjà, on va essayer de trouver des trucs à voler. Ah, je peux pas aller par là. Discrète. Discrète. Apparemment, je peux être discrète.
Lady de Sade, what are you doing here?
Je voulais
I
être
have
discrète.
come looking for your son. The Naughts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Naughts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine? I looked into the contract that binds you to the Naughts. It was indeed you who ceded your son to them in exchange for help with your business with the bridge.
It is so. But that sort of contract is ignoble. I never would have signed it if I had known.
You should have thought of that before. Breaking the contract could have regrettable consequences for the congregation.
The prince will know how to negotiate with the Naughts. If they take my son back, my wife will die of sadness.
Her sadness would be all the more terrible if she learned of your role in this story. Don't you think?
You wouldn't dare tell her. I beg you.
You are not leaving me with a choice.
Very well. Take the key and take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the Naughts.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell.
Attends, parce qu'en plus tu l'as enfermé. Ouais, il y a trop de portes. Ok, c'est la sortie. Ça c'est la sortie, mais il y a peut-être des coffres. Ok. Ah. Sérieux ? Ils l'ont mis en prison. Je gagne pas assez dans les coffres.
Who are you?
My name is de Sade. I'm legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes. Even if I had to bend his arm a little.
That doesn't surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seems so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Naughts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to your ship. I will see you there.
Yeah, on peut enfin partir. J'en avais tellement. Ras-le-bol. De courir partout. Sorti. Bon. Donc voici arrivé au port. Du coup, je parlerai au capitaine la fois prochaine, du coup, pour faire vraiment le départ, etc. avec la cinématique et tout. Là, j'ai passé 1h30. Je vais sûrement faire du montage parce que c'est vrai que j'ai fait beaucoup d'allers-retours entre des points A et points B. Et il est temps pour moi d'aller dodo parce que demain c'est 6h. Donc voilà. Donc à la fois prochaine et puis des bisous.